Hey YouTube, I just wanted to make a video about handling your Crested Gecko because a lot of people are misinformed when it comes to how to handle them properly and how to be gentle with them. And this is also a video request by Timmer66 Productions. I just wanted to show him how to properly handle his new Crested Gecko when he does get one. Now, when you first get your Crested Gecko, it'll be very jumpy since it'll most likely be a juvenile. And when juveniles are, well, that in fact juveniles, they like to jump around. I can't really demonstrate this right now since my gecko is an adult. Sorry, stutter. Since he is an adult, I can't really demonstrate how juveniles are since he's pretty calm and docile as most Crested Geckos are. But when you get a juvenile, they're most likely going to be trying to get away from you at all costs. Jumping around is one of the ways they try to get away from you, and they sometimes will wiggle their tail. When they do that, that means you should back off because once Crested Gecko does drop its tail, it is not coming back. You might get a nub or something, which usually happens, but unlike leopard geckos, their tail won't grow back. That's why you try to avoid messing with their tail specifically. You can hold their bodies, and if their tails do so touch your hand like this, that's fine, but you do not want to purposely go up to them, grab their tails or anything like that, because they will drop it and it won't grow back. Now, as for handling, when you first get your Crested Gecko, like I said, it'll be very jumpy, so you want to leave it alone for the first 10 days or so of receiving him or her. Now, once these 10 days do go by, your Crested Gecko will most likely calm down. So to start out, you want to go in the enclosure. I'm going to put him down so you can see how I do this. I'll pick this up. You want to go in the enclosure and come up from the back. I'll come closer. You want to slowly stroke them a little bit so they know that they're there. You want to take your hand, your thumb, 4 fingers over its back, and your thumb goes under lightly, very lightly, so the gecko climbs up onto you, and there's no forced grabbing or anything like that. Hold on, he's climbing up my arm. Sorry. And when there's no forced grabbing, they feel more calm and secure, and they will most likely be more ready to climb on you. Now, once you do have them in your hand, you can start by just holding them there and letting them do what they want to do. Usually Crested Geckos will either sit there or they will try to hand walk. Hand walking is the most simple technique of holding a Crested Gecko. It gives them something to do, and it's also very interesting to watch them walk. Sometimes they don't really feel like moving, like he doesn't right now, because he doesn't really know what's going on. Crested Geckos don't understand why you want to hold them. They're not really like a loving reptile, so if you want something that's going to love you, I'd recommend getting something soft and furry, as some people would say, because reptiles don't really enjoy handling too much. Some do, but not Crested Geckos. They tolerate it, but it's not really like they seek attention. See how he likes to walk from hand to hand? He'll do this sometimes, or he'll just hang out and chill. Other thing you can do is hold one hand out in front of the other and maybe get him to jump like that. Now I want you to hold him over a surface to where if he does jump, it won't hurt him. Crested Geckos do like to jump off of high places, so be very careful. So I don't recommend holding them over maybe a foot or more above the air, so you can't really walk around with your gecko and expect it not to try to jump onto different things. Say if you're cooking, you don't really want to bring your Crested Gecko into the kitchen because it will most likely jump into whatever cooking device you're using, and you don't want to burn your Crested Gecko. It probably won't survive that. Another technique of when you do have them out and you want to get them on your hand, instead of grasping them firmly or trying to grasp them pretty hard, it's not a good technique. It'll just hurt them. So let me give you an example. I'll put him on the floor. Hold on a second, he's trying to get off. Okay. So once you have your gecko on the floor, this is what you want to do. You can offer a hand like this. I recommend forking your 2 fingers, your index finger and your middle finger, and holding it out like this. I'll give you a full view of my hand. Once you offer a couple fingers and move it to them closely, they most likely will come up onto your hand and be more readily available for you to hold them. Sometimes they'll climb up on your arm. You have to be careful with that because they will go all the way up to your shoulder. You don't always want that because you don't want them to jump from too high of a place. So yeah, if you have any more questions, let me know. You do get sometimes squirrely geckos, and when they are squirrely, they run around, they jump around, They wiggle their tails. With those type of geckos, you want to keep handling to a minimum. Oh, and back to when you first get your gecko. After the 10-day gestation period of them getting used to their new surroundings and everything, you can hold them for about 10 to 15 minutes a day in short sessions, probably maybe 3 5-minute sessions a day to get them used to handling. And once they become pretty docile, you can handle them for longer periods of time. I don't recommend handling them for anything over than 30 minutes. 30 minutes is good enough for handling. They don't really enjoy being out of the cage too much. They'd rather be in their cage where they feel safe and secure. So if you have any more questions or any more videos that you want me to make or any more tips for this, just give me a message and let me know. So until then, thanks for watching. Hope this helped, and bye.